evening. This is going to be a bit of a test vlog because I am having trouble with my camera, or I've been having trouble with my camera. I'm hoping my woes are over. But lately, if you've noticed my video quality going down or my audio quality going down, or in my last vlog, honestly, both the audio and the video going down, it's all been going down. My camera a while ago started having audio problems where it would cut out a lot. So I took it to get, hello, don't fall, keep it together. So I took it to get fixed, and whatever happened when I went to get it fixed one problem and created another, where I would be in the middle of filming, in between turning the recording on and off. It would change the audio quality so that it wasn't taking in as much sound. It was like muffling it, but it would do it at random. So I would go through my clips and I would see some of them were fine, others were not, some were peaking. It just wasn't doing it. So I took it to a different person this time, which was my partner. He is in IT, and I should have gone to him first. I've been doing a couple test runs where I turn it off and turn it on. I've gone on too long. I just wanted to let you know that I didn't have anything special planned for this vlog. It's a week in the life, day in the life, I don't know what you'd put it. I'm gonna be reading, I'm gonna be writing, living in Japan. Week in the life, but it's gonna be sporadic. It's just gonna be me reading, writing, chilling, and watching my camera to make sure that it's actually giving me content that I can use. I don't normally really vlog or film at night. Maybe that's what I can kind of make this. It can feel a bit cozy. Tomorrow is sports day at my school, so I think I can show a little bit of that. If you don't know what sports day is in Japan, it's very fun. It's a whole day that's exactly as it sounds. You play ball game sports all day, so we're gonna be playing dodgeball, basketball, and volleyball. I do have to get some work done tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be able to participate because you have to get like a full jersey on. It's very intense, it's very involved. They get super into it, they're hyped. They just finished exams, so they are just ready to go. I have that going on tomorrow, but tonight, let's gear up. I miss books. I'm gonna read. Where is my book? I've been going through a really bad reading slump. I should say that. Like, I have not been reading much at all. You can blame Nona the Ninth, which you're actually propped up on right now, so she's gonna stay there. She gave me a book hangover. The entire Locked Tomb trilogy, which I can grab Gideon, my sweet baby girl. This trilogy gave me a hangover. I definitely think I have to do some sort read along, even if it's not hosted by me. I constantly need to talk to people about it. It caused a hangover. But I have been reading Sunbringer. Because I can't spoil Sunbringer, I'll bring out Godkiller. I loved this book. I gave this book 5 stars. It was one of my best books of last year. And I absolutely fell in love with the world, the characters, the plot was so fast paced. It really is a quest book, but it read so quickly. I forget the plot because I just remember the characters, the feeling, and the world. Like, I remember being in this world, and like the plot really was secondary, but it was very succinct, strong plot. It was a quest. They needed to get from point A to point B, and then a big bad ending happened. And it did that perfectly. Like, that part was on point. And then the characters had disability rep, queer representation. It's in a queer normative world, which I love. That's my favorite thing in the world. So you had lots of representation there, and then like the main character Kissin, she was just so badass and cool. She gave me Gideon vibes too, so I was just like I was imagining them together. I was like, they dig it. We need to make a Gideon counter is what needs to happen. It was a whole thing. I had only heard negative things going into Sunbringer, so I have been nervous and I had lower expectations. I'm enjoying this. I can see why people are not. I am enjoying mostly the world, which is an odd thing to say because normally you would need the plot or the characters to make the world work, but I am enjoying the world almost more than anything else in this book. I'm not totally enjoying where the characters are going right now, and I can't talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil the book for you. I am really enjoying one character's perspective, but it is the least represented perspective. I'm on chapter 22. That seems like halfway, which to me is when shit should be going down, but I feel like it's not going all the way down. It's so frustrating. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I guess I didn't want the plot to go exactly the way that it's going. I have anticipation for where I wanted it to go. It's not confirmed yet, but I feel like I've guessed one of the major twists about a character and like who they are. It feels very straightforward to me, but it's being treated in the book like it's not straightforward. Like, maybe you won't get it. I prefer to have like an inkling but now I just feel very sure. So I think I'm gonna read more of this because I'd like to go ahead and solidify my opinion. It's going really, the plot is going very slow, but I'm actually reading it pretty fast. So I'm gonna get some of this reading done and then I'll see where the night takes us. Okay, you're gonna remain sideways because my tripod is as janky as everything else going on in my life. I got a decent chunk of the way through. You can kind of see this is what I have left. It feels slow paced, but it's going by fast. It's kind of a weird book. I hate that I'm about to say this. The prose in this have not gripped me, but everything else that Hannah Kaner does is really gripping to me. Her characters, her world has kept me moving forward. This one, less so the plot. The fact remains that Hannah Kaner herself is capable because Godkiller showed she was capable. It's almost as if this feels like more of a debut and Godkiller feels more like a sophomore. Her writing style feels so accessible to me that it puts me in the mood to write. I was thinking about it, I was like, I always want to write after reading. It gives me like the writing itch. I'm not up to Hannah Kaner's level. I aspire to be like her, but she inspires me to reach for my aspirations. A wordsmith, ladies and lieges. So that does bring me to what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my evening. I do have work in the morning. This is a bad call, but this is usually what I'm doing with my evenings when I'm not vlogging. I'm reading and I'm writing, but it's also dark and the lighting isn't good and my cameras suck. But again, I've set expectations low, so like we might as well just roll with it. I am going to write a little bit of book 2. If you have somehow managed to avoid me talking about the Solstice Court, congratulations. I'm really proud of you. If you've clicked on the timestamps to get past this, that's okay. I appreciate you. But I wrote a book. It's called The Solstice Court. I would grab it, but I just don't have the wherewithal. It's really placed nicely on my bookshelf. I can put in a really pretty graphic though. So this is my book. It's coming out in September. I'm super stoked for it and super stressed because I also have to have a book 2 and a book 3. Hopefully 3 doesn't get split into 4 because I really want it to be the Thrice Kingdom trilogy and not the Thrice Kingdom series. I already wrote the books in their zero draft form. I know where the story is going. I know how it ends. I wrote it out. It's really shit though, so I have to make it better. I have the original zero draft, but I'm working off of draft 1, which I redrafted, but then I let it sit too long, so I am writing again because I did level up. I've had a couple different ideas in my head. I just haven't had the energy to tackle them because they're big ideas and some really big scenes. Like I am past the exposition in book 2, and so everything feels really important. After reading this, I'm feeling a bit of energy. I'm going to huddle up in a ball. I'm going to look like a gremlin and write a little bit. And then I'm going to go to bed, hopefully after that. I would love if I actually just went to bed. You're a little straighter than you started. That sounds terrible. During Pride Month? No. What does this do? You're not that straight, but you're straighter than you started. And you know what? It's Pride Month. You shouldn't be straight anyway. Enough jibber jabber. I'm gonna get to writing. Not that this is a writing vlog, but that was 600 very good words. I don't mean that they were well written, I mean that they moved the plot forward the way that I needed them to. I'm tired. This was productive. I hope my sound quality hasn't turned on and turned off. I did try and get some different shots specifically so that I could turn my camera off and on. I don't know. It's low stakes. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm feeling bedtime energy. Okay, it's 2 days later. I just played volleyball for 4 hours. Before you say that sounds crazy, I know. But I have PE in the morning at my visiting school and in the afternoon at my visiting school because there's 2 different groups. I have a whole video dedicated to my school schedule, so if you want to know more, I will link it up above, down below, anywhere it matters. But it was a lot of volleyball. I played volleyball. I learned how to play volleyball, and then I played volleyball. Day before yesterday. It's been 2 days since I've updated this vlog. I'm sorry. I did finish this book, though, and I wanted to update you on it. It got good. I thought the reveal was good. I thought that it had good action when it came down to it. The reveal that I had expected did come to pass. It was as expected. I think it has middle book syndrome, so I can totally see why some people don't like it. I was fine with it. I was in no hurry. I don't even really like reading right now because I'm in a slump. So it was fine to just pick this up and read it and just see what was going on. I feel like there might have been too many characters added. Like some of the sequencing felt just a little off. I would give this a 3-star. I think it was maybe my 5-star prediction, and book 1 was a 5. This is more of a 3, but I think it's a good bridge book. I think it has middle book syndrome, but so many books do that I think that people are being a little harsh with this one. There are plenty of series where the 3rd one is a banger, absolutely amazing, fantastic, and the 2nd one is the weakest of the group. I think that's going to be the case here. Oh my god, my body. My camera is dying. I'm going to eat some dinner while you charge, and then I'm going to do some writing and some reading. I don't know what I'm going to be reading yet. I might read a little bit of my book because I'm supposed to be doing a read-along for it, but I'd like to pick something else up that I think will be helpful in getting me past my slump, because I still feel like I'm in it. Like, I read a book, and that feels like an accomplishment. Also felt really sluggish, and the pacing in that book did not help me. Charge, eat, read, write. Let's go. Okay, hello. I've eaten some chicken curry, I watched Shogun, and now I'm deciding between 3 different books to pick up. I definitely am feeling a little bit pickier, but I've narrowed it down to 3 that I'm mildly interested in and I think could actually just completely break me out of my rut. They all have potential. I just need to kind of figure it out. I'm going to read the first chapter of each one, and then I'll probably decide from there. So I have my newest book I just picked up, which is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I've heard really good things about this. I just got very positive feedback in my vlog. It's a murder mystery, but at like a retirement home, and has older characters and is supposed to be very like found family-esque, which is all good things. The reason why I'm not 1000% sure on it, besides my reading slump, is because I have just read a fantasy that was queer normative. I wrote a fantasy that's queer normative. I'm pretty embedded right now in queer normative worlds. Like, I feel like right now I'm taking that for granted, and I know that this is contemporary in that it takes place in our world. So I'm just not sure if I'm ready to leave queerness just existing, but I also don't know if I want to hold that against this book either. I'm not sure how gay it is and how much I'm willing to deviate from gay. On that note, I have Dragonfall by L.R. Lom. From what I understand, this book follows a world in which dragons were banished and their magic stolen, but a dragon comes back and possibly befriends a thief. That's a very loose loose idea of what's happening here. I have it confirmed that it's queer normative. I think that it could be really entertaining and fun. It's a little shorter for like a hardcover. It's less than 340 pages, so that's pretty short for me as far as like a fantasy world goes. So this is a very strong contender as well. And then finally we have A Study in Drowning. This is the Illumicrate edition. It's got these really cool sprayed edges, and then on the inside we have character art. I love Ava Reed's writing. This is the only book by Ava Reed, I believe, that I haven't read, and I want to read it very badly. It's about an architect, and her most beloved author just passed away, and she has the chance to go to his home and rebuild or reconstruct his house, but it might have, I believe, dark academia vibes. There's some things happening with the house, and I don't exactly know what's going on. I did actually start this at some point, but I would need to restart it because I don't remember enough. I know I came across a content warning for sexual assault, which is not a trigger for me, but look out for yourself. And I think it's a little bit darker. I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for something so dreary. She does angry women really well. So far, this main character feels very different and that she doesn't feel angry, but I think that also could be like a pent-up emotion because all of her characters are also very different. This could be really good. I'm just not sure if like my fire is there for it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and read the first chapter. Is today Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. Oh well. Reading the first chapter of the Thursday Murder Club, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, that was a really cute first chapter. I was expecting third person. I don't know why, but this is first person and a lot of fourth wall breaks. It seemed like a really quirky writing style that was a lot of fun, and the opening conversation was really entertaining as well. I guess it'd be like cozy murder mystery, and I thought the ending of the chapter was really cute. Like it kind of sets you up to just kind of go right in. I really liked the writing style. I feel like it will take me a lot longer to read for some reason. I have to pay attention, which is fantastic. Love books that make me pay attention. Gideon the Ninth is a book that made me pay attention, but I'm not sure if I want to pay attention right now. That sounds bad, but do you know what I mean? Like, I really had to think through. It was good work. It was fun work. I'm not sure yet. For now, Thursday Murder Club. First place because it's the only one I read. Next up is Dragonfall. Oh, who's the dedication to? Was that Robin Hobb? For Robin Hobb and all the other fantasy authors whose books I gobbled up, thank you for creating worlds that felt like home. I hope this world does the same for someone else. Oh, I love that. That's a good dedication. Mine's dedicated to my dad. I mean, this is just I appreciate this. And it's such a strong feeling of being like, I hope this world feels comforting to someone else. Like, I feel the same way about my book, where like that is truly what I'm hoping for my readers. Like, I'm not as interested in the star ratings. I'm looking for those people who are just like, I want to stay in your world. This world makes me feel at home. Like, I love that. Bringing it back to Robin Hobb. I think my Robin Hobb would be Tamara Pierce. Let me know your Robin Hobb down below. Who's that author that made you feel like you had a home? I haven't read a Robin Hobb before, but the fact that they did that for somebody is really fantastic. I grabbed to the last one because it was closest. Tamara Pierce, Song of the Lioness Quartet. I've read all of Tamara Pierce's books. Like everything, especially within this world, but I really love these books and I think they hold up. About a year ago, I reread them. Oh my god, these are my original books from when I was like 12 years old. This helped me understand what a period was. That's great. Tamara Pierce is an icon and just helped me a lot with gender stuff. Like I love her. I love her. I love her. She's my Robin Hobb. Who's yours? Let's go ahead and read this book, who for someone, it might be their Robin Hobb. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of chapters. These chapters are short. Ooh, there's a map. Okay. See, there's just something extra fun about fantasy. Like, fantasy is so fun. It just does something. It like sparkles in me. Even if I don't like this book, I'll still kind of like it because it's fantasy. Because someone like came up with this world. They didn't want to escape to our world, so they made their own. There's just something really powerful about that. Is it terrible if I give it an extra point because it says Locked Tomb, as in the Locked Tomb trilogy by Tamsin Muir? Because it says, on the night of Locked Tombs, when the last male dragon has come of age, the Lady of Vir Celine points the way. A veiled storm and the golden chime will guide him to the fading light of home. Sorry, okay, back to reading. Ooh, okay, this was a good chapter too. Oh man, this might actually be hard. Maybe just reading the first chapter of things is how you get out of a reading slump. You just read all the things you're excited for until you have to to choose. There might be something to that. This was also in first person, and it was also like narratively talking to someone, but it wasn't a fourth wall break. It's talking to the other character. And I don't think that it's a spoiler because it's the first chapter, but the first chapter is from a dragon's perspective. And it was really cool and really interesting, and the last line definitely was good and like carried me forward into wanting to read the next chapter because of the chapter title. I think this is possibly better written, but that doesn't matter to me. I think this made me a little bit more excited to read in general. Second place now, and this isn't first. So Dragonfall is in first place. Let's see if it can get beaten out by A Study in Drowning, which is, this first chapter is a reread for me, but I don't remember it. Oh, it's really pretty on the outside though. I forgot about that. It's a nice book. I'm taking the dust jacket off though because I don't want to mess with it. Oh, 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 we're still going. First chapter is about 20 pages. I've been seeing people be like, anything more than 10 and I'll never read it. And I'm like, well, you're never gonna read my book. I don't have terribly long chapters, but it did come up in a couple live shows and I got super self-conscious about it from no one else's fault but my own. And now I'm like, well, if Ava Reed can do it, if you're not reading Ava Reed, I don't know what you're reading. 20 pages, which should be a while, so I'm going to turn my camera off and conserve battery. After, you know, kind of like a peaceful little shot of me reading, it'll be like 10 seconds, and I'll have not even gotten through the first page before I skip forward in time. I'm liking the dark academia vibes that are very, very much so here. And I'm getting some like female friendships, which I don't remember reading the first time, which is very odd. That's one of the things I do look for in books. Found family for sure, but also within friendships, I really like healthy female dynamics. That's nice to see. I don't remember it much though, so I'm wondering like what happens to these people. Should I be getting connected or are they gonna disappear? Because I just kind of remember a boy. Okay, I'm going to finish this chapter because I am on 17, so I only have a few more pages left, but that's the update. I liked this chapter a lot more than I did the first time. I don't even really remember chapter 1. I feel like I kind of read them in sequence, so they kind of blurred together a little bit, but just savoring this as chapter 1, knowing I was going to read it slowly and get to the end, it felt more whimsical too. Like it had a little bit of, oh, there was a series I read in, I want to say middle school or high school, early high school if it was high school. It was by, I think it was possibly also by Libba Bray. I'm gonna put it up here because I'll do some research and find it. It took place at like an all-girls school. They were doing like witchcraft and they went to this alternate world, and I don't think that that's what this book is. I feel like it is very rooted in dark academia and probably anger, but it did also, like, this first chapter in a nutshell gave me those kind of vibes. You just kind of feel like there's a bit of mischief happening and the world has a fantastical element but has been dampened down by expectations in society. I'm really conflicted now. I don't know. I need to think in the long run. I need to use my prefrontal cortex to think this through because I need to think about my work week. I need to think about the weeks coming up. Which book is actually being set up for success? Because tomorrow and the next day are going to be super busy, and then I'm going straight into Pride, which does make me think I should be leaning a little bit more this way. Tomorrow I have 3 classes, and then I need to beta read. And then my teacher is out of town, so I'm taking over her class for her. It's a secret. Don't tell people. On Friday, I have 6 classes, which that's a fully stacked. That's no breaks. That means that I have classes every period of the day. On Saturday is Pride, which is in Nagoya. I'm very much so looking forward to it. I feel like that is going to make me super hyped for something very queer. Even if it has queer characters, it's going to be in some way dreary because I think that the book has an edge of dreariness in it. Is that what I want right now? Because on Sunday, it literally just says, "Rest, I beg of thee." And that seems like a perfect reading day. Which book do I want to curl up on Sunday and really read and then read bits and pieces of it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? I think I have to say it actually goes first place and the book I'm going to read. This came in a close second and I almost put it in first. And then this is in third place of no fault of its own. It just is the real world and I'm just not highly interested in that. I will pick this up at some point though because that was really cute and compelling. I almost think I need to start with this to be at a reading level to read either of these because my brain was working a little bit harder. So I think I need Dragonfall right now. And I'm going to read another chapter before bed. And then, like I said, I have a really busy day tomorrow and the next day. And I do want to film a bit for Pride. I don't know if that counts as rest. Not going to look too closely at it. But that does mean that I think I'm going to end this vlog here because I'm trying to make shorter vlogs, quicker vlogs, cozier vlogs, something that just makes me feel like it doesn't feel like a huge project. And this feels like a good ending point. I'm gonna stick a pin in it and then hopefully pick back up for Pride and the weekend and get some queer normative reading done. This is the end for now. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, go ahead and leave a dragon emoji. Let me know what you're up to this weekend and that Robin Hobb book because I am truly curious. But whether you do or not, I hope you're enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are, and until next time, bye!